what makes a story? Subject matter, color, frame, focal length, audio, lenses, camera gear? No. It's that strong sense of direction you get when you realize everything in this world, not created for you, but it's an obstacle you need to conquer on your journey. Today, we've come one step closer to becoming full-time creatives, because today's video is brought to you by Dehancer. More on that later. So it's no secret that I love anime. Old, new, serious, funny, whatever. And in my mind, every time I remember a show that I've watched, it always has this nostalgia feel. I really try to put that nostalgic feeling, that warm, almost like friendly vibe, and a big help with that has been Dehancer. If you're in the film, video creation, even photo space, you know what Dehancer is, but if you don't, let me get you up to speed real quick. Dehancer, it's not your average film emulation software. They don't just do a film overlay like this. They actually reconstruct the image and do a bunch of sciencey stuff that make the grain just look better. But they have your bloom, your halation. They even have some film presets, so if you like a certain film stock and you want that for your videos, you can stick that right on there. They also have some weird ones like gate weave, film breath. Dehancer's just good, right? If you really want to push that film look, Dehancer's where you gotta go. Hey, what's up? Editor KJ here. So I had this whole thing set up where I was going to go through all the settings, with all the options on Dehancer and kind of walk through it, just tell you what they do. But that's not me. Like, I wouldn't watch that. So why would I make it? Makes no sense, right? So I'm just gonna kind of talk about kind of the general gist and how you can use this really to get your creative looks. So obviously, Dehancer gives you like the basics, right? You got your film grain, you got your film halation, and you got your bloom. Now, the grain, it's so beautiful. I mean, it's so pretty. It just looks good. Like when you overlay grain, it looks all right? But Dehancer really, like the grain feels like it's in the image. When it's an overlay, you can kind of tell because it kind of looks weird in some spots, but like you can just, looks good. It's great stuff. Usually next in my Dehancer workflow, I'll do halation. Now, obviously, maybe not obviously. Actually, if you don't know what halation is, it's that little like orangish glow at the edge of just like some parts of your image where there's a lot of light, and it just adds that little, it's like putting a little bit of lemon in, what do you put lemon in? Tea? Yeah, like putting a little bit of lemon in tea, or putting just a pinch of salt on your food. You know, it's just a little bit, but it really just adds that extra just ness to it. That's not even a word, but yeah, it adds that extra ness to it. And then you got your bloom. Bloom just, it makes images. Like, I don't usually rock a Pro Mist. If I rocked a Pro Mist, then I probably wouldn't use bloom as much as I do, just because the Pro Mist would kind of do that for me. But if you don't, using the bloom, it's just great. It softens up the image. It just makes it look so nice. I really think that when using software like this, you're obviously not going for a clean, clinical, like surgery clean look, right? You're going for something more stylized. You're going for something maybe not nostalgic. Maybe it's gonna be gritty, so you want like some heavy grain and you want some oomph to it. You want some ness to it. I keep on using that word. I don't like ness. It makes sense, but yeah, like maybe you're something. I can English. Let's start that over again. Yeah, maybe you're going for something gritty and you want that look. Maybe you're going for something nostalgic and dreamy almost, and you want that look. It's just a great software. It's super sick. And the next is what I like to call the weird ones. The weird ones, I don't know. I didn't even know these things existed actually. The film breath, the gate weave, and the overscan. Film breath. In the old days, back when I wasn't born, when they were shooting on film, the emulsions weren't always 100%, or sometimes it was uneven, and so you'd get this slight exposure change, and it's just a quirk that came with shooting on film back in those days. Maybe modern cameras fix that, I'm not sure, but it's a thing you can do. I don't use it really often just because I feel like it's a bit distracting. I mean, maybe if I'm going for something super stylized and this section of the video is gonna be like a dream or it's a memory and I want everything to just be to the max, then I'll use it, but I don't really use it too often. There's something called gate weave. Essentially, the frame would move a little bit when the film was getting flipped away just because it was on a rolling thing. The frame would move, like as things do, they move when they move. And so it was just a little bit of imperfection. It would add that almost like jitter effect you kind of see on the edges where you can see like the frame like there's overscan. We've all seen it before in like those transitions or like those stylized bits, whatever. It's just like when you can see the perforations on the side of the thing. It's normal stuff. It's whatever. Overall, I've really enjoyed using Dehancer this past month. I feel like it's really gotten some of my work to the point where it's like closer to where I want it to be, closer to that nostalgic, remembrance, friendly, warm-ish vibe that I've been looking for. And so it's a great tool. It can really take your images from good to interesting, because we always want interesting, right? On the real though, I'd really recommend Dehancer. They have a free trial if you'd like it. If you don't like it, there's no harm, you didn't pay for anything. But if you end up liking it and you want to continue using it, they gave me a 10% code to give to you all. It'll be MINISPATULA. Stick it up there, I'll stick it in the description. Yeah, it's called the description. I'll stick in the description. You'll save a little bit of money. I really think it's worth it, especially if you like that vibe. Like if that's your vibe, Dehancer's for you. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe and like the video. It's free. You can change your mind at any time. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Go be great. Peace. Also, just not to forget that Dehancer does actually have an iOS app. So if you want to get those film looks on the go, this is the best way to do it. It has all the same functionality as the desktop app, so you're not really missing out on much. So it's a great pickup.